ओम मम उपात्त समस्त दुरित क्षय द्वारा श्री परमेश्वर प्रीत्यर्थम विद्या सिद्ध्यर्थम च अहम इदं पूजां करिष्ये। ओम गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपञ्चकम्। ओम सुमुखाय नमः। ओम एकदन्ताय नमः। ओम कपिलाय नमः। ओम गजकर्णकाय नमः। ओम लंबोदराय नमः। ओम विकटाय नमः। ओम विघ्नराजाय नमः। ओम विनायकाय नमः। ओम धूमकेतवे नमः। ओम गणाध्यक्षाय नमः। ओम फालचंद्राय नमः। ओम गजाननाय नमः। ओम वक्रतुंडाय नमः। ओम शूर्पकर्णाय नमः। ओम हेरंभाय नमः। ओम स्कंदपूर्वजाय नमः। ओम श्री सिद्धिविनायक स्वामिने नमः। ओम स्फटिकरजतम ओम स्फटिकरजतवर्णं मौक्तिकीमक्षमालाम् अमृतकलशविद्यां ज्ञानमुद्रां कराग्रे दततमुर्गकक्षं चन्द्रचूडं त्रिनेत्रं विधृतविविधभूषं दक्षिणामूर्तमीडे। ओम नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं श्रियं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं श्रियं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ओम नमो भगवते दक्षिणामूर्तये मह्यं श्रियं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा। ओम ओंकार सिंह सर्वेन्द्राय नमः। ओम ओंकारोद्यान कोकिलाय नमः। ओम ओंकार नीडशुकराजे नमः। ओम ओंकारारण्यकुंजराय नमः। ओम नगराज सुताजानये नमः। ओम नगराज निजालयाय नमः। ओम नवमाणिक्यमालाढ्याय नमः। ओम नवचंद्रशिखामणये नमः। ओम नंदितशेष मौनीन्द्राय नमः। ओम नंदीशादिमदेशिकाय नमः। ओम मोहानलसुधासाराय नमः। ओम मोहाम्बुजसुधाकराय नमः। ओम मोहान्धकारतरणये नमः। ओम मोहोत्पलनभोमनये नमः। ओम भक्तज्ञानाब्धिशीतांशवे नमः। ओम भक्त्याज्ञानतृणालयाय नमः। ओम भक्ताम्बोजसहस्रांशवे नमः। ओम भक्तकेकिघनाघनाय नमः। ओम भक्तकैरवराकेन्दवे नमः। ओम भक्तकोकदिवाकराय नमः। ओम गजाननादिसम्पूज्याय नमः। ओम गजचर्मोज्ज्वलाकृतये नमः। ओम गंगाधवलदिव्यांगाय नमः। ओम गंगापङ्किलसज्जटाय नमः। ओम गगनाम्बरसंवीताय नमः। ओम गगनामुक्तमूर्धजाय नमः। ओम वदनाब्धचिताब्जश्रिये नमः। ओम वदनेन्दुस्फुरद्दिशाय नमः। ओम वरदानैकनिपुणाय नमः। ओम वनवीरोज्ज्वलत्कराय नमः। ओम वनवाससमुल्लासाय नमः। ओम वनवीरैकलोलुपाय नमः। ओम तेजभुञ्जघनाकाराय नमः। ओम तेजसामपि भासकाय नमः। ओम विनेयानां तेजःप्रदाय नमः। ओम तेजोमय निजाश्रमाय नमः। ओम दमिक्तानङ्गसङ्ग्रामाय नमः। ओम दरहासजिताङ्गनाय नमः। ओम दयारससुधासिन्धवे नमः। ओम दरिद्रधनुषेवदये नमः। ओम क्षीरेन्दुस्फटिकाकाराय नमः। ओम क्षीरेन्दुमुकुटोज्ज्वलाय नमः। ओम क्षीरोपहाररसिकाय नमः। ओम क्षिप्रैश्वर्यफलप्रदाय नमः। ओम नानाभरणमुग्धांगाय नमः। ओम नारीसम्मोहनाकृतये नमः। ओम नादब्रह्मरसास्वादिने नमः। ओम नागभूषणभूषिताय नमः। ओम मूर्तिनिन्दितकन्दर्पाय नमः। ओम मूर्तामूर्तजगद्वपुषे नमः। ओम मूलाज्ञानतमोभानवे नमः। ओम मूर्तिमत्कल्पपादपाय नमः। ओम तरुणादित्यसङ्काशाय नमः। ओम तन्त्रीवादनतत्पराय नमः। ओम तरुमूलैकनिलयाय नमः। Om Tapta Jambunadha Prabhaya Namaha. Om Tattvapustola Satparnaye Namaha. Om Tapanodupalochanaya Namaha. Om Yamasamyuta Satkirtaye Namaha. Om Yamasamyama Samyutaya Namaha. Om Yati Dhupadharaya Namaha. Om Yatindropasa Vigrahaya Namaha. Om Mandarahara Ruchiraya Namaha. Om Madanayuta Sundaraya Namaha. Om Mandasmita Lasatvakraya Namaha. Om Madhuradhara Pallavaya Namaha. Om Manji Manjur Padabjaya Namaha. Om Manipattola Satkataye Namaha. Om Hastangurita Chinmudraya Namaha. Om Hatha Yoga Parottamaya Namaha. Om Hamsa Japyakshamala Dhyaya Namaha. Om Hamse Dwaradhya Padukaya Namaha. Om Meru Shringatatolasaya Namaha. Om Meghashyama Manoharaya Namaha. Om Medham Kuralavala Kriyaya Namaha. Om Medha Bhakva Paladrumaya Namaha. Om Dharmikantarguhavasaya Namaha. Om Dharma Marga Pravartakaya Namaha. Om Dhamatraya Nijaramaya Namaha. Om Dharmottama Manorathaya Namaha. Om Prabodhodgara Deepashriye Namaha. Om Prakashita Jagatyaya Namaha. Om Pragya Chandrashila Chandraya Namaha. Om Pragyamani Varakaraya Namaha. Om Jnanantarabhasatmane Namaha. Om Jnanayatrividuragaya Namaha. Om Jnanagyadvaita Divyangaya Namaha. Om Jnatrakyadi Kulagataya Namaha. Om Prapanna Parijatagriyaya Namaha. Om Pranatarthabdi Vardavaya Namaha. Om Bhutanam Pramana Bhutaya Namaha. Om Prapanchahitakarikaya Namaha. Om Yattattvamasi Samvedyaya Namaha. Om Yakshageyatma Vaibhavaya Namaha. Om Yajnadi Devata Murtaye Namaha. Om Yajamanava Purdharaya Namaha. Om Chatradhipati Vishveshaya Namaha. Om Chandra Sahitaya Namaha. Om Chanda Shastradi Nipunaya Namaha. Om Chalajatyadi Duragaya Namaha. Om Swabhavika Sukhaikatmane Namaha. Om Swanubhuti Rasodadaye Namaha. Om Swarajya Sampadadhyakshaya Namaha. Om Swatma Rama Mahamataye Namaha. Om Hatakaba Jata Jutaya Namaha. Om Hasodastari Mandalaya Namaha. Om Hala Halojjwalagalaya Namaha. Om Hardha Granthi Vimochakaya Namaha. Om Shri Medha Dakshinamurti Swamine Namaha. Om Shri Dayananda Satgurave Namaha. Om Shri Maheshananda Satgurave Namaha. So you may have noticed that there is a kind of a in brackets of 4, there is a kind of a tone with it, which some of the priests have chanted in the ashram, and I like that for the following reason. So first of all, it goes as Om Omkara Simha Sarvendrayan. So it starts high, Om Omkara Simha Sarvendraya Namaha. Then it goes down, Omkarodhyana Kokilaya Namaha. Om Omkara Nidashukaraje Namaha. Om Omkararanya Kunjaraya Namaha. Om Nagaraja Sutajanaye Namaha. You can see the slight hills, and why it is really useful is for memorization. I mean, I've been doing this for about 20 years, and it took me about a year or two, and then I could easily memorize it. Now I don't do it every morning. I do it once in a while, and then I want to make sure that I don't lose my contact, so I will actually look at the book once in a while. But when I was learning it by heart, it was very useful to just have this small hill on pockets of 4 each. So I thought I'd mention that. You may want to. I don't always do that, but I think generally speaking, I prefer that that's the way to. We still have about 15 minutes, so let's do a short meditation. This I can do later. ॐ प्रातर्स्मरामि हृदि संस्फुरदात्मतत्त्वं सच्चित्सुखं परमहंसगतिं तुरीयं यत्स्वप्नजागरे सुषुप्तमवैति नित्यं तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमम् अहं न च तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमहं न च भूतसङ्गः. I pray to Ishvara to help me see clearly that aham nishkalamaham na cha bhuta sangaha. Ishvara, may you help me in seeing this fact about myself. Nishkalamaham na cha bhuta sangaha. As a consequence of self-ignorance, ignorance about myself, I take myself to be A functioning human being full of experiences. Of course, with a form, but also with various experiences such as problems in the body, a sense of well-being, disappointments, hopes, the entire mixture of things. This is what I take myself to be. I pray to Ishvara to help me see that I, the human being, as I take myself to be, which is characterized by my experiences, is also just a jumble of parts playing together. A number of things in continuous motion, full of different parts. This is characterized by the word Bhuta Sangha. I see a lattice work, a very sophisticated three-dimensional three dimensions in space, 3 dimensions in time, lattice work of a jumble of things all working together. I find that a sense of solidity is also an illusion. If I look at any parts of myself as a human being, as the modern scientists have proven, It is nothing more than a jumble of molecules, atoms, electrons moving around. A very sophisticated lattice work, continuously changing. I pray to Ishvara to help me see that what I take myself to be as a human being is nothing but a moving lattice work of Pancha Mahabhutas interconnecting with each other, space, air, fire, water, and earth, all together making it into a moving show. This is exactly what happens when you come out of a dream. You find that not only what you dreamt was a show, but even the dreamer was a show. Just like the dream is a lattice work, a very sophisticated movie, like a movie also is nothing but small images put together looking like a continuous movie. Similarly, even the dreamer is no different from the dream. A sophisticated lattice work of various Pancha Mahabhutas, elements. I admire your handiwork, Ishvara. And I admire the truth about myself that you are teaching us, that my true nature is not one of a continuously moving lattice work, which has no independent reality. It's a show, and the only reality is that I am Nishkalam. Nishkalamaham. Nishkalam means without any parts. Solid, unmoving, formless, formless light. The nature of reality. Satyam Jnanam Anantam. The nature of being. The nature of isness. The nature of knowledge. Chit Swarupam. Nishkalam Brahma Aham. Nishkalam Aham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. I pray to Ishvara to help me meditate on the fact that what I am seeing as a show, a sophisticated lattice work, as an object, is not myself. I am a continuous, unmoving seer of the lattice work. The solidity, the reality, the oneness of myself as a human being is false. This lattice work is not solid. It is not one. It is a bunch of moving parts. Has no reality of its own. Like a movie has no reality except the play of the light. Similarly, I pray to Ishvara to help me see this fact very clearly. Nishkalamaham Nacha Bhuta Sangaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Shoka Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomabhatyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Kukarastvandakaro Vai Rukarastvanivartaka Andakara Nirodhitvat Gururitya Vidhiyate Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Vaditamastu ma Vidvishavai Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us chant. Let us chant Advaita Prakaranam verses 11 and 12. Karika number 11. Rasadayo hi ye koshaha Vyakhyata staitariyake Tesham atma paro jivaha Kham yatha samprakashitaha Dvayor madhugyane Param Brahma Prakashitam Prithvyam Udare Chaiva Yatha Kashaha Prakashitaha. Okay. So let me begin by asking you a question. What is the subtopic that we are currently studying in this phase of the Advaita Prakaranam? Can someone just give me an answer to that? What is I know the main topic, of course, is, Advaitam and so on, but there is always a subtopic which is being focused on. Can you tell me what that subtopic is? Anyone? Exactly. Right on. That is the subtopic. So the identity between Jiva and Ishvara, the identity between myself as a struggling, incomplete human being and that of a unlimited, happy, no problem kind of reality, the identity between them is being studied in the example of Ghatakasha and Mahakasha. That's the subtopic that we are studying. So there we saw in verse number, so this topic had three or maybe two main, even further segmentation. So one segmentation was Gaudapada ji himself was giving examples on the Mahakasha, Ghatakasha and so on. That was going on from verse number, I forget, 6, 7 or so. Then, as the form of teaching always takes, you always refer that to the Shastra Vakyas, the very sentences in the Shruti that support the explanation that a person gives. So this means, really speaking, that the proof, what is called pramana. Pramana means a proof. So the proof is given by the Shruti. It is not based on some human ideas. The Shruti gives you exactly the proof. And so, that being the case, what you will find in the commentaries of Vedanta, that every now and then the author will peg back to what the Shruti is saying about this. So then the second subtopic within this subtopic was, in verse number 11, the Taittiriya Upanishad was cited as the proof. And we did this in the last class 2 weeks ago. So this is number 11. Rasadayo hi ye koshaha vyakhyata Taitariyake. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, Tesham Atma Paraha Jivaha Kham Yatha Samprakashitaha. So there it says that in the Taittiriya Upanishad, as we saw before, the various koshas. So Rasadayaha means that Annamaya kosha, Pranamaya kosha, Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya koshas are really just a way to see how a Param Brahma looks like Aparam Brahma. Just like the walls are a kosha. You see, in this example, the walls of this room is a kosha that changes the concept of total space into a room space. So this is the classical definition of what is called upadhi. So when you hear the word upadhi, which is a technical word in Vedanta, the important word, just like you have words like mithya and so on, these are important technical words. Upadhi is a technical word. It is a very specific meaning. Technical meaning that it is a very specific word with a specific meaning. And the word upadhi has a very important role to play. That in the creation, you have something that makes something else appear differently without changing. So the walls are a very good upadhi, because that means that the walls has the ability to change the nature of total space into limited space. Therefore, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Annamaya Kosha. Annamaya Kosha means our formful body is an upadhi. Here, Swami Maheshanandji gave a very, in this context, I thought I will just give this one comment. Swami Maheshanandji has pointed out that there is a very interesting law, and that law is that a closer the upadhi to you, the more trouble it is for you to distinguish yourself from it. So in these upadhis, which is starting with Annamaya Kosha, which is the body, then Pranamaya Kosha, then Manomaya Kosha, then Vijnanamaya Kosha, then Anandamaya Kosha, he makes a comment that the closer the kosha is to you, kosha here means upadhi. Just like a wall is an upadhi, this is a very sophisticated creation by Ishvara. Because the wall is a very simple thing. You can see that it's either a room space or a total space. Here, It's a multi-layered upadhi. It's kind of like a lattice work as we saw in our meditation. So there, the upadhis, Swami Maheswaranji says, is a very interesting characteristic. There is a natural law that the closer the upadhi is to you, the more confusion it gives you in distinguishing yourself from it. How? Let's look at it. He says that suppose you get hurt in the body. Okay? So then there is a sense that I should have been more careful. Supposing you bump into some corner and you get a kind of a blue mark on the skin or something like this. And God forbid you fall down and you break a bone. There also, then what happens is your sense is that I was not very careful, or things happen, and so you have a sense of separating yourself from the body, that my body was hurt, and people also will say, why you should have been more careful, or I'm very sorry that this accident happened to you. Because sometimes it has nothing to do with your care. Somebody else can hit you. So, then the sense of separation of you and the body is somewhat easy. Now you look at Manomaya Kosha, which is 2 levels down. So in between there is Pranamaya Kosha, but just to make this point, I'm jumping over 1 level to Manomaya, which is mind. You have a harder problem distinguishing yourself from your mind. And others have a harder problem in distinguishing you from your mind. So for example, you say something, which is of course the saying something or doing something is nothing but an expression of the mind, because no action and no reaction is possible without the mind. So the mind is the source of any kind of mental activities and so on. There, people will say, why did you do that? How can you be thinking like this? And you yourself also have the same conclusion, not somebody else. See, with respect to the body, you can distinguish and say, oh, it happened. I was not careful, or somebody bumped into me, and so on. But in the case of mind, you have a much harder time distinguishing yourself from it. Then comes even something closer, which is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha, let's put them together, both of them, which are the final closeness of these 5 things. There it is very difficult to distinguish yourself. So Vijnanamaya Kosha is the feeling that I am a human being. I am a human being. This is really nothing but a thought, but it is a very well-established thought. Swami Dayananji once had given a beautiful example. He says, when you have somebody has an idea of a new product, and you start a company, and pretty soon the company is doing well, and you hire some other people, and then the company is flourishing. Then it reaches a hard time, and the company is now having a hard time surviving. So one by one, you fire all the people. And now you're back to yourself. And you are still functioning as a company. This is my creation. I'm sorry I couldn't make it as successful as I wanted to be. I had to lay off everybody else, but I am still here. He says the Vijnanamaya Kosha is like that. So Vijnanamaya Kosha, and exactly talking about the meditation that we did, that ourselves as a human being is never questioned. It's so close to me and enhanced with the Anandamaya Kosha. So there, technically, the word Anandamaya, this we have talked in some other times, and I think we will spend some more focused time on it as well. There is a difference between Ananda and Anandamaya. Anandamaya means it's a reflection of Ananda. It's a portion of Ananda. Mostly Ananda, but not the Swarupa of Ananda. So now going back to the example, the Vijnanamaya Kosha and Anandamaya Kosha mixed up together, it becomes a upadhi which is so close to you that it is very difficult for you to distinguish. Swami Maheshananji had made this beautiful point. I really appreciate that. What it means is, it may be difficult, but it is not the reality. You are still, so the Vijnanamaya Kosha, and if you want to take Anandamaya along with it, is also like a wall that hides the fact that you are Satyam Jnanam Anantam. Why? Because you are convinced you are a human being. Everything else you can fire, you can lay off, as Swami Dayananji used to say. You can lay off things. But me as a human being is a false assumption which is not easy to get rid of. And so the idea of that I am the Karta and I am the Bhokta is a very difficult concept for us to get rid of, but it has to get rid of. Now, along with this line of thinking, verse number 12. So this line of thinking was given in the Taittiriya Upanishad in verse number 11. So that was what is cited. And if you look at the very detailed commentaries by people, it explains very well as to how this is done. But continuing on with the idea that the Shruti Vakya is the Pramana. All the Shruti Vakyas are the Pramana. And so they are the proof. Continuing on with it, number 12 is now cited. So let's go into this new verse today. Number 12. So he says, Dvayor madhu jnane param brahma prakashitam prithivyam udare cha eva yatha akashaha prakashitaha. Let's look at the word meanings first before we understand the sense of it. So madhu jnane. Madhu jnane means that there is a section in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which is Shukla Yajurveda, I think. And in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, as Swami Tattvavedananda also pointed out, is a vast Upanishad, much bigger than the other one. It is the biggest Upanishad there is. And as such, it has lots of sub-segments, lots of ideas that are separated. Some that talk about Ananda, some that talk about the truth, some that talk about unity, all kinds of different things. And so generally it is not studied in the beginning because there it's too vast. And so you have to do it later on. Also in our 2.5 year course, it was not taken up. But what happens is, so there are two Upanishads that are not generally taken up in the initial study. Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya. Chandogya is not quite as big, but it is still vast compared to Kena, Katha, Taittiriya, etc., etc. So what happens is that the students, having gotten a good grasp of the other Upanishads, then study it on their own. And it takes us long. I must have studied Brihadaranyaka at least 2 times, maybe 3 times, I can't remember. Chandogya I've studied more often. So you just keep looking at it individually and so on. Anyway, this is the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, there is a section called Madhu Brahmana. And so this verse is summarizing the sense of Madhu Brahmana in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad in the support of this main topic. And the topic means identity between Mahakasha and Ghatakasha. And how it does it is very interesting and a very important one. All these are important ideas. I cannot say this is unimportant or anything. But as an independent thing, it really helps one to see the identity between Jiva and Ishvara. So let's get into that. So first the word meanings. So in Madhu Jnane, the Param Brahma is revealed, is prakashitam. Param Brahma prakashitam. How? Dvayo dvayo. In highlighting the pairs of things. Yatha akashaha prakashitaha prithivyam cha eva udare. Just like the same space is shown in either the earth or the stomach. Udare means the small person's stomach. It can be any jiva. It could be even the jiva of an ant, or the stomach of an ant rather. And the whole earth, in everything. So just like you have those two, similarly in the Madhu Brahmane, this is prakashitam. So these are the word meaning. Now let's dissect it and let us see the ideas behind it. So first of all, the word madhu. The word madhu, which means honey. Madhu means honey. And the Madhu Brahmana is famous for giving ananda to a person that understands this. So ananda means that your basic nature is joy, but your basic nature of joy is being hidden from you by false thinking. Here Swami Tattvavidananda ji gave this word called discover. So it's an interesting etymology. Discover means removing the cover. Good etymology. This is called nirukta. So there is a branch in our grammar called nirukta. So nirukta means that you look at an etymological understanding of the various words. And here this is an English word which also can be used, nirukta can be used. So discover means, this discover is an interesting word. Discover doesn't mean that you create it in the beginning. You never created it. It was already there, but it was covered up, and you discovered it. Good, very good explanation by Swami TV. So really, our Ananda is there, but it is covered up. One example of this is that if you have a golden vessel, which is, gold is a very, very important metal because it doesn't tarnish. Gold never tarnishes. It, silver tarnishes. And all the other things, like I have some vigrahas in my home. Even this one, for example, this is gold plated and nothing happens to it. And in my home, I have a Dakshinamurti which is made out of gunmetal or something like this. And every year before Diwali, this is my job. Because during the year, it becomes tarnished. A cover comes on top of it. And I have to rub it off and so on. But in the case of gold, that doesn't happen. This is why one of gold is an amazing hiranya. It's called hiranya. So the gold also can be covered by dust. It's very possible. And the dust really is not part of the gold, but it has the ability, it's like an upadhi. It can cover the. So madhu means that as I discover my own self, what is keeping me from understanding myself, my joy increases. And the joy is not imported from others, it is that it is uncovered. My own joy is covered by my own thinking. This is the thing. So this is called Madhu Brahmana. So this is one reason for the word Madhu. There is a second reason for the word Madhu, which I have been taught by various acharyas and most lately by Swami Maheshanandji. What he says is that if you look at honey, the process of where the bees collect honey is a very interesting one. Because the bees go to different types of flowers. Could be a rose, it could be some other flower, and their nectar are all different from each other. But when you collect it all together, it becomes one honey. So all the differences are taken up and only honey remains. This is called Madhu. So similarly here also, when all the Dvaitas are taken away, only Advaita remains. And Advaita is the nature of honey. Very pleasing and very nutritious. Madhu is, honey is very interesting because first of all it is sweet. It gives a lot of fun, a lot of joy to you, but it also is nutritious for you. And so this is the word for the Madhu. Anyway, that's just the etymology of the word Madhu Brahmana. Now let us come to the main point. And this is something to really study and see this in great detail. One other thing before we get into the main topic. Anyway, I think we'll study it as we go along. I want to really make sure that we have enough time for the main topic. So here's what the sense of this Madhu Brahmana, verse number 12 is. My sense of myself as a human being is that I am pretty much in charge of myself. I am a human being. I have a body. I have to maintain my health. And I have to protect myself. I have to stay away from dangerous places. This is me. Okay? And I'm in charge of my life. So this is where the kartritva and bhoktritvam comes up. Kartritva means that I am a doer and I evaluate how things are given to me and I react accordingly, and I am negotiating my life through all the maze of the world, and this is me. I am responsible. This is what is called aham karta aham bhokta. Okay, so this is one thing. Then I study. First of all, I'm not sure what is happening about the world. This I am not sure of. In fact, when I grow up if you ask any child, he has no idea what the child itself is saying. This is me, but I don't know about the others. And as I learn slowly that the world is also a very purposeful creation. Just like I am a purposeful creation. Purposeful in the means that I seem to make there is some unity and form in me. This is me. I have given hands. I have eyes. I can talk. I can listen. So there is some purposeful assemblage of things. Similarly, I am told that the whole world is also a purposeful assemblage. And Ishvara makes it work. It's not easy to discover that, but part of my of my discovery about life is that this is also true. So this is where you go from artha, kama to dharma. So dharma means that there is some structure in the world, there is an afterlife, and the Ishvara is in charge, and he makes the whole world run. I don't know how he does it, but he does it somehow or the other. That's not my concern. My concern is myself. Okay? So this is the starting point of our inquiry. This is just a starting point, and it says that this is not a valid way of looking at things. Why isn't it valid? Because I have a conclusion that I am in charge of myself and Ishvara is in charge of the world. Even that I was not sure of, but now I think I get a good feeling that Ishvara is in charge of the world, and Ishvara in charge of, I'm also part of the world, so he also plays a part in keeping me alive and so on. I grant that. But really speaking, I have to decide what to do. Should I be looking this way? Should I be looking that way? Should I walk out of the class? Should I sit here? This is me. Okay? And let the Ishvara decide about the world. That is not my problem. Let him do that. These are the conclusion. So the Madhu Brahmana says, no. This is not true. What do you mean this is not true? So now the explanation comes in, and this is only one verse, and we have like 10-15 minutes. So the whole Madhu Brahmana in the Brihadaranyaka as a topic is to explain why this conclusion is not true. So we'll get a glimpse of it, but we won't get a comprehensive aspect until we really study that on our own. But let's get the glimpse of it. So here's the thing. The whole world works on some basic principles, some basic laws. Okay? And what are those laws and what are those principles? So there is a whole set of things. So let's start. So one of them is physics, physical law. So here Swami Maheshananji has, this is the first time I'm seeing this, and translated these, he's given the English translation of the Sanskrit aspect. So physics is called Shakti Vijnanam. Shakti Vijnanam. So physics is one. Then the second one is called chemistry. Artha Vijnanam. The third one cited here, these are only 4 cited, there's a number of other words. Third one is called biology, Jiva Vijnanam. And the fourth one is called psychology, Mano Vijnanam. Anyway, so what is being said is that the entire creation of Ishvara is based on some order of creation. Physics, chemistry, biology, medical science, and how things are put together. And also how the mind works. Okay, so all these things are part of the design of the lattice work of the whole thing. Okay, so this is one thing. Now, what you consider to be you, and you are in charge of yourself, is not really true. In fact, it is the same laws of Ishvara that apply to the outer world also apply to you. The physics, the chemistry, the biology, biological laws, and here the more important one, the psychology, the manovijnanam, is also similar. What does it mean? How does it change my conclusion? What I have to see is that Ishvara is doing everything that I am doing. In fact, what I am doing is really Ishvara working through me. In other words, all the laws that are keeping me alive and keeping me going are the same laws that Ishvara has for everyone. Even my mind. And so, even my thoughts. So if I am upset about something, let us say, then it is rational that I be upset about things. Because the mental laws are that we don't want to be disturbed or be upset. If something upsets us, it is also part of the order. And so you keep looking into this, and what you find ultimately is that what I think to be an independent person, I am not. It is just my false conclusion that I am in charge of myself. It is really Ishvara in charge of myself. And this is very obvious because there are only a few things that I have some influence over. I can put my hand here, or I can put my hand over here. So this one also, the possibilities and how, on what basis I will put a hand here or in here is all decided by the laws of Ishvara. Even there I don't have, it's not as though if I am acting independently, in other words, if I have an individualistic way of living, that also is part of Ishvara's law. But more than that, what I don't realize is that there is a lot of stuff going on without my individual choice. Choice of putting hand here or here is mine, but the choice of my breathing, choice of the blood, choice of what I ate and what is happening to the conversion of the food into the nutrients I am not aware of. I have nothing to do with it. Ishvara is doing all of it. In fact, all the laws of physics and chemistry and biology, my genes, and also the thoughts. So the thoughts are also nothing but prarabdha karma from my previous ones. I am what I am because of a lot of laws of where I used to be. I'm a product of a whole history of myself. That is also according to the laws of Ishvara. And so there the laws of Ishvara are functioning through me and is functioning in the whole world, and it's the same laws, not any different. So this is what is called dvayo dvayo. There are pairs. So the pairs are shown in all of the various subcategories. So the pair is that of so for example, here Swami Maheswaranji is giving this example. He says, supposing you take fire. So there is a law of generating heat by rubbing things together. And there is somehow some fire is created, very complex. So the same law of creating fire is being done inside your tummy as well as outside the tummy. Inside the tummy, what has to happen is, this is why this movement of eating raw vegetables is silly, absolutely silly. Because therefore the raw vegetables have to be cooked inside your tummy with fire. So whether you cook it outside or inside, fire has to be created. And the laws of creating the fire, how that is done, is the same inside versus outside. This is exactly what is being said here also in this verse, that Prithivyam udarecha eva, either outside or inside your own tummy, yatha akashaha prakashitaha. So this is the sense of the Madhu Brahmana. So dvayo dvayo hi madhu jnane param brahma prakashitam. It means that really all the laws are, so this thing about inside and outside, which means this is me and this is not me, is just my own conclusion. I fail to see the functioning of Ishvara in every aspect of my personality. My body, how heat is being done, how heat is being generated, how long am I going to live, biological aspect of it, how I think. So this is, here, see, you see what's happening. So what is happening is that I fail to see the handiwork of Ishvara. So therefore I find that I am in charge of myself. And you may have a very partial and a very conclusion which has some validity. Just like you want to put your hand here or there. That much Ishvara allows you. And you as the expression of Ishvara have that independence. But there is a lot of stuff which is going behind the scenes that you and I are not aware of. And we are just being silly in saying, I'm running this body. You are not. Why? Because you are part of a very complex set of laws. Swami Dayanand's favorite word on this was, he used to explain this as order. This is the order of the universe. And the order of the universe is predetermined, works like scientifically, the water always boils at 100 degrees centigrade. It's the certainty of it. Everything is already pre-designed. And how it keeps you running is also something which is nothing but the handiwork of Ishvara. So if you do that, you find it is just like, so the question is, so what? What does it do for me? What it does for you is that if the space had some consciousness, then the room consciousness says, I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge. I don't know about the total space or anything. I don't know anything about that. All I know is that the other room is different from me. This room is different from me. I am just me. And I am worried. I don't know how long I would survive if the fire, earthquake comes in, So this is the limited view of the room space. And so the room space is being told, hey, look. Yes, you've got some fun and games because you are pretending you are this room. But you are not just this room, you are the total space. Nothing is going to happen to you. This is called Param Brahma. So this is what is called Yatha Akashaha Prakashitaha. Prithavyam Udarecha Eva Yatha Akashaha Prakashit. Just like the total space is being pointed out, similarly the total Param Brahma, which you are. And in fact, not that you are, Ishvara is you, but you have mislabeled yourself as a small person. What can we do? You mislabeled it and you suffer because of that. So you fail to see that the entire structure, the entire lattice work is similar. And you are being held together by the same Ishvara. You're not in charge of that. How your life is and how science works and how food is ingested and how it is eliminated, how long you're going to live, how you think, all of those complex set of scientific things are all done by Ishvara. This is the central theme of Madhu Brahmana. So he says, Dvayo dvayoho madhu jnane param brahma prakashitam prithivyam udarecha eva yatha akashaha prakashitaha. Let me see if there is some other points that Swami Maheshananji had made that I have not done yet. So, just one thing. Yeah. So he says the end, Swami Maheshananji is pointing out in Hindi, which I'll translate, that the end result of an understanding and meditating upon this fact of the Madhugyanam is that the one that is making me function is also the same one that is making the outside function. Both, there is no inside and outside as far as Ishvara is concerned. That is my conclusion. But standing from where I am as an individual, you can take it as an inside versus outside. In both cases, it is the same doer, same designer, same protector of everything, which is Ishvara. Please see this. Please see this. For your own sake, see this. Not for Ishvara's sake, for your own sake. Because you have a false conclusion and you are suffering because of that. So see that there is a common creator, protector, doer. Everything is according to the laws. And what are you doing? You are not doing anything except watching. You are watching your body. You are watching the play of the mind. Just like you are watching the outside, you should be watching your own self. And you are watching your own self. It's just that there is a false conclusion. That's all. That's all you have to think about. Otherwise, you are the Sakshi for both inside as well as outside. And also, the worry that comes that I am in charge of myself is unnecessary. Why? Because this is waking up from the dreamlike thing that we talked about in the meditation. That really just you are a functioning lattice work. And you never were not Nishkalam. You're now, even now Nishkalam, you'll always be Nishkalam. You'll always be the same. There's no change in you. The only change would be your conclusion that I am the Karta, I am the Bhokta. I am in charge. And I suffer because of that. You're not. You're not. Put the, in fact, Swami TV also gave the same example that Swami Dayanandji, I think he got it from Swami Dayanandji also. There is actually, this is a known fact. It's an interesting thing. When the British made the railways in India, railroad, so, the railroad then went into some smaller towns, some even near villages, they had some stations and so on. And the Indian villagers and small town people didn't know what was happening. What is this? So they say there is a steam engine that is going to stop, and you can get on it and go to a different village and so on. So they said, really? Because they used to keep this huge burden on top of their head and they walked to a village. So they are saying, no, you don't have to do that. You just get on the train now. So it is a known fact, it is recorded history, that there will be many people who would enter the compartment and not put the weight down. They'll say, no, just put the weight down because the train will take it. They're saying, I'm not sure. I just want to be sure that I have it on my, and they're just still struggling with it. Swami Dayanand used to say that is exactly the same issue with us. At this point, you're told, stop worrying. You're okay the way you are, and let somebody function. And if you're worried, then what will happen if I don't eat? you will eat. Whatever is necessary will be given to you and you will eat. And all you need to do is this worry about the future. Yeah, you need to earn something, you will earn something. But this worry about I've got to have enough money, I've got to exercise for my health and this, that, all kinds of other kind of things, just give that up. Because you have a helper. It's a train that you can just hop on and put the whole bundle down from your head and relax. This is the sense of Madhu Brahmana. So that is being cited here. So one technical word here. So they say that, as you know, when we do the 3 types of Shanti, right? So the 3 types of Shanti is Adi Bhutam, Adi Daivam, and Adhyatmikam. So there are 3 types of tapaha. There are 3 types of troubles that I have in my life. And the 3 Shantis are to make them non-troubling to me. So those are Adi Bhutam. Adi Bhutam means all the other things around me, other people, animals, etc. This is one. This is called Adi Bhutam. And the second one is Adi Daivam. Adi Daivam means not people or animals, but earthquakes and floods. So done by devas. We have no idea how is it doing. It's called. The third one is Adhyatmikam. Adhyatmikam means you connected to your own body and mind, your own self. Nobody is giving trouble to you, but you yourself are giving trouble to yourself. This is called Adhyatmikam. So here, in the Madhu Brahmana, it is said that all 3 are functioning according to the same laws. Please see, don't separate yourself as I am somewhat unique. And no. It is the blood is flowing similarly in all the places. Hearts are beating similarly in all the places. The life expectancy is based on the same laws, similar laws for everyone. Relax. And you don't have to be isolating yourself as an individual. You are an individual, which is the beauty of the whole thing. Everybody is different from each other. We are not saying that you become, disappear. But the sense of isolation is unnecessary. Why? Because see the presence of Ishvara in your life as it is in the life outside. This is the meaning of the Madhu Brahmana. And so then in number 13 and 14 that we will do next time, some different ideas are being presented. But in number 11 and 12, this was a good example shown by the 2 Upanishads, Taittiriya Upanishad and Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, in support of the Viveka between Mahakasha and Ghatakasha. That's the topic. Okay, so with that, we'll close the class. Om Swasti Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahim Mahishaha Go Brahmanebhyo Shubhamastu Nityam Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Varshatu Parjanyaha Prithvi Sasya Shalini Deshoyam Shobharahitaha Brahmana Santu Nirbhayaha Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ॐ Yeah, Kalpana?
So I'm not sure how to ask, but so the whole outer universe and my body mind are functioning with the laws, the order of
Right.
Ishvara.
Right,
And I am the Sakshi of that functioning.
correct.
But then we are also saying I am the Ishvara. But I don't feel like I'm running the show, right?
Yeah, so
I am the Brahman, or am I the Ishvara who is running the whole
no.
universe?
So you are not the Ishvara who's running the show, but it is Ishvara which is running your show. You see? So it's not as though you have to assume a bigger role. You just have to understand that a sense of isolation is not correct because it is Ishvara is running your show also. In fact, what is called Jiva is nothing but Ishvara in the form of an individual. The word's exactly the same thing as a wave of an ocean. So a wave of an ocean might think that it is running the show, when in fact it is nothing but the ocean which is appearing in the form of a wave. And so all of the functioning of myself is being well taken care of. And so that is the Ishvara which is running your show. And so this is the Saguna Upasana, Saguna Brahman, which is appearing as you as a Jiva. But as Nirguna Brahman, you are the same as the content of Ishvara. Your content, my content as Atma, Jivatma, equals Paramatma, which is the Sakshi unconnected to anything that is which is happening. So, how does that, tell me what your question and how will you, does that?
Yeah, that clarifies a bit because I was getting confused between the Sakshi, or I am the Sakshi or I am the Ishvara. So this clarifies that part. And then how does the self-inquiry that Swamiji has been talking about fall into this category? When he says self-inquiry, and he talks especially about the qualities in the Gita chapter 12, from verse 12 to 22 or something, Advaita Sarva Bhutana. So that self-inquiry is supposed to bring me closer to my being the Sakshi or the Brahman.
Correct. So what he was saying was that ultimately, armed with all of the information that we have received from Shravanam and Mananam, it needs to be translated into a self-inquiry about, is this really true that I am an unconnected person? And this inquiry has to be conducted, this is what's called Mananam and Nididhyasanam, by individuals themselves that have to look at, that you cannot be You have to be honest about yourself and say, do you have traces of jealousy, like I think one of the things he mentioned and so on? Is that intrinsic to you or is it incidental? And if it is incidental, give that up. Then see that you are independent from it. So really all these things, this is what I was saying in the meditation today also, that all the lattice work is, which the jealousy is part of the lattice work and so on, is something which is not intrinsic to you. So that inquiry has to be done, individually by things. So the entire teaching of Vedanta has to then culminate into facing the beautiful fact about yourself that you don't need to be jealous. You're not an individual that needs. You are in fact the total. You are the. So that is what he was talking about. So it's very similar.
I am responsible for doing that.
Doing that, yes,
myself.
absolutely. And there, what I would say is that if you are not able to do it yet, that is also due to Ishvara's laws. Yeah.
The product of karma.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't take yourself, don't hit yourself again and again saying, well, I can't do this or anything, because it'll come. Swami Dhananjay used to say that. He says, you cannot force a rose petal to open. It takes its own time. You can make conditions so that it does happen, but if you take the petals off, it becomes ugly. And so, let that happen naturally, but be patient and see. And the more, I think that this thing about seeing the handiwork of Ishvara and the presence of it and how it goes, and just relax and see yourself as being different from it, is the main part of the teaching. Yeah.
Yeah, because there are some things about us that no matter how we try to get rid of, it's not easy. Like Swamiji was saying that, I am greedy and I let other brahmacharyas spend money and I don't, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes some of the things are not easy to let go.
Yeah.
So not to worry about that.
Not to worry about it.
Working on.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I hear what you say on, being the observer and watch, right? But as a practical matter, how do you deal with, errors of omission, right? That's always something we have to reconcile with.
Yeah, so that's a good point. I think we will study more about that. So, very beautiful guideline with respect to that very point that you brought up. The guideline is to understand the effect of prarabdha karma versus kamya karma. Okay? So what it means is that we are a result of a number of actions in the past which have left vasanas in our mind, is the way we work. So for instance, our ability to make money for myself, so this is an important thing because everybody needs to make money to live and so on and so forth. But if you look at just that part of it, there are two parts of making money. Okay? So one is what is necessary for me and my future and my family and so on and so forth. So this is part of a prarabdha karma, where you have put yourself in a position as a young person and you have responsibilities for the family and to yourself, and you have to fulfill that. But then there comes a point where you say, this money is not enough. I want to earn more. Why? Because I don't know, I'd like to be rich. I'd like to be better than the other person. This is what is called kamya karma. So making a distinction between what is necessary and what is unnecessary is the main thing in our life that we have to do. And if it appears that it is very difficult to distinguish, it is not. It is not. At every part of it, in terms of houses, cars, money, friendship, study, and so on and so forth, one can make that filter. And the filter is that the prarabdha karma is not going to go away suddenly. It will take a little while. So the example is that if there is a fan rotating and suddenly the electricity is gone, the blades are still going to go on for a while. And so you cannot say, stop it. Hey, it has a certain momentum. So similarly, if I have difficulty in understanding who I am and so on, it will take a little while. But don't make matters worse by continuing the confusion as to who am I, where am I going. All of that should be resolved. And then let it all cool down on its own by at the same time making sure that my responsibility, because you put yourself in a position. This is all part of the prarabdha karma. You cannot now suddenly say that stop it, I'm not going to do anything. But then the kamya karmas are the ones that need to go. And the prarabdha karma and nitya naimittika karmas, they will continue for a while and then they will also withdraw from your life. And then of course the jivan mukti comes in the end. So that's what I would say as a guideline for making. Any other questions on this? Okay, so we need to decide about the next class. So let's see, this is the Thanksgiving next weekend, isn't it?
Yes.
So how do you feel about next Saturday? Are you all here? I mean, I can come. My feeling is let's continue, if you're okay with it. Is anybody going away for 4 days, 3-4 days, or would you like not to have the class out of the people that are here?
I won't make it, but
2 people will not make it. Okay. What we might do then is have an optional class, as we always do, on the 4-day weekend. Let me think about it. Maybe we can just have a kind of some topic which is not part of the Mandukya. So we could do that. Let me think about it. I'll also talk to the Gita people, and then we'll make a decision about next Saturday. Okay?
Could it also be some more questions clarified from Swamiji's talks also?
That could also be a good thing to do. Yes, absolutely. Sure. Okay, we'll see.